Hi, and welcome to Rebel 360, Walpole High School's news magazine show. I'm Justin.
And I'm Dean. This year we'll be looking at what's going on here at the high school and around town. We're always looking for good stories, so follow us on Twitter and tell us what's going on out there.
First up, Zach Schultz and Noble Namison catch up with Todd Collins and ask him some questions about being a coach for the Varsity Rebels. After 15 years as an NFL quarterback, he came back to Walpole to help coach the team that started it all for him.
And Collins will throw. Collins trying to keep the drive alive. Collins with good time.
The Walpole High School football program has had many successful teams over the years, and with that success, many of the teams have had players move on to the next level, and one player has even moved on to the NFL.
It's just like these other kids, started at Pop Warner when I was 8 years old, went through the program. That's always my dream, just to, make it to that level and possibly win a Super Bowl, which you're able to do. And then things just, fell into place, and I was able to play at college at the University of Michigan. And then after that, I got to play in the NFL for a number of years.
Todd Collins spent 15 years playing at the highest level of football, and instead of buying a house somewhere warm, he's returned to his hometown Walpole, where he's taken the role of coaching the Rebels quarterbacks.
This is where it all started for me, and my wife is from Walpole. My parents still live in Walpole, and as I got done with my NFL career, we're looking around for a home in the area, and obviously wanted to be around family, and we figured, what's wrong, let's go back to Walpole, where you see a kid who's a freshman, like Brett right now, and now he's getting ready to graduate as a senior, so you kind of see that development of where the kids started from to where they're going to graduate, and that's pretty gratifying.
Some high schools don't even have a quarterback coach, but lucky enough for the Walpole Rebels starting quarterback, Brett Levanchi, he's been able to learn under former NFL quarterback.
Coach Collins definitely knows a lot about the game. He's very experienced, so I try to learn everything that I can from a guy who really knows what he's talking about.
Next time you are at a Rebel football game, check out the sidelines to see Todd Collins coaching the quarterbacks. Working with Noble Namison for the Rebel Report, I'm Zach Schultz.
Up next, Justin and Dean take it to Dedham, where a 5K road race was put together for those who have lost someone who was in the military.
This story focuses on the event itself and a patriotic family that did their part to contribute.
Private First Class Corey Depew.
On September 16th, the Military Friends Foundation hosted a 5K for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Those who were there had some pretty positive words about the event.
But they did just enough. They had the families there, they had just a quiet ceremony, they read all of the names. The boots, they had boots with flags in them. They didn't necessarily make giant memorials for every soldier. They did just enough to recognize that they were there.
It was pretty emotional, just watching everybody, especially in today's world. It's a lot different from when I was in the service. Very emotional, very proud of all the service members that were running.
There were many different groups that were participating in this event, including the family of Nicole, who knew that this was something that they wanted to be a part of.
Well, I first heard about the 5K. My boyfriend is deployed at the moment, and I'm part of an FRG group, a family readiness group. It's a Facebook group, and people communicate with each other, and they post different things that are going on that are military related. And I thought it was a really great cause. It raised money for families of fallen soldiers, so I was like, oh, I definitely want to do this. And since my family is a very patriotic family, I figured I could recruit them as well, raise a little bit more money.
Even though the race had a great turnout, the people knew that they were in the presence of many others there. Working with Dean, I'm Justin for the Rebel Report.
Have you ever wondered why the school's lunches are so fantastic? Well, that's all thanks to our school's wonderful group of lunch ladies.
Mike Shea and JT McNair were able to catch up with them.
Here at Walpole High School, we have one of the best lunch programs in Massachusetts, and a huge part of that is due to the hard work of our lunch ladies.
125, 180 hot meals, and then we have sandwiches and other things for that, but it's about 2,200 a day.
You're just going to have everybody look at it. We're getting the friends.
They come in every day to make sure the kids at our school and many others can have food that they will enjoy. They deal with a huge influx of kids every day, and they handle their business in a calm, cool, and collected fashion.
We serve 2,200 kids a day.
Most people have no idea how hard these ladies work. Their day begins at 6 a.m. to prepare food for all schools in Walpole.
But usually Ann is the other head cook. She will be coming in at 6 tomorrow. Haven't told her yet, but maybe
And Lee also comes
5:30.
in at like 6:30, quarter 7.
Lee opens up.
You may know them as lunch ladies, but they actually like to go by a more professional name.
Names.
But the proper name for a lunch lady is a food technician.
Thanks to the hard work of our food technicians here at Walpole High, students enjoy their food every day. Working with Mike Shea, this is JT McNamara for the Rebel Report.
Up next, an interview with the Buffalo Sabres right wing, Justin Bailey.
He's an up-and-coming forward in the NHL.
And he spoke with James Burton and Ian Hollister.
Off a steal, here's Bailey. He shoots and scores! His first National Hockey League goal!
Buffalo selects from the Kitchener Ranger Ontario Hockey League, Justin Bailey.
Homegrown pick right there. There he is, Justin Bailey from Buffalo.
You know, from the combine, that was 2 months before that, talking to all the teams and trying to get a feel for which one liked you the most, and then sitting on draft day. And for me, you know, I went in the second round, which is relatively high, but I think it took about, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours for them to get through to the second round. And you know, for me, it felt like I was there for 2 days. You know, so the whole process was nerve-wracking, but at the same time, it was, you know, an experience that I know myself and my family will remember for a long time.
February 11th, 2016, you made your NHL debut. What was that day like for you and your family?
It was a situation where, you know, I was playing in the minors, and you know, the Sabres weren't doing too well that year, and you know, they had said, you know, we're not sure if the rookies are going to come up this year, but for me, I ended up getting really, really hot down in Rochester. And young Pavel Bure was a Russian player who played with a ton of speed and had a ton of skill and was a great player. But as I got growing up and really starting to love the Sabres, I think, you know, I fell in love with the you know, 06, 07, 07, 08 teams that were competing for cups and doing well in the playoffs. And Danny Briere and Chris Drury and Max Affinaganoff are all players that I love to watch. And I obviously, you know, grew up in Buffalo, and for me, the Sabres kind of drove that passion from the time I was younger. I loved watching the Sabres. I was fortunate enough to be living in some of the same condos as Sabres that were playing back in the day. It's Matt Barnaby and Matthew Peck, just to name a couple. And growing up, I watched those guys, but I just really, really wanted to do what they did. And I always put games in fun. I never really thought fun in the future, whether it was going to college, you know, or playing the NHL.
Working with Ian Hollister, I'm James Burton for Rebel TV. Imagine what it would be like to open your household to strangers.
Jen Scanlon, Haley Lasoto, and Charlotte Schoenthaler visited the Gula household, who happily welcome strangers in, but there's something about it that makes it a little more interesting.
What you think might be an average house in Walpole is much more, because of what happens inside is really inspiring. Since 2001, the Gulas have expanded their family in a way you might not expect, to help people who need some extra care.
Wake up in the morning, give them breakfast, give them their pills, bring them out to their bus, wait for the bus with them. They leave, they spend their day at their programs, off the bus, bring them inside, usually have a snack. After that, everybody else is kind of coming home from work or whatever they've been doing that day.
Despite already having a large family in their household, they still make it possible to make space for others.
We feel that they're people too, and they should have just the same amount of opportunities as like regular everyday people.
What you get out of it too is awesome. Like, they're some of the nicest people that you'll ever meet.
Although some may call it inspiring, the Gulas want people to know that they aren't doing it for attention. They do it because they feel it's the right thing to do.
Me being the youngest, I would crave the most attention, but having them in the household made me more like accepting to like not have that attention on me.
How far we've come since then, moving forward and like giving these people just like as normal of a life as possible because, I mean, they're normal people.
Working with Hallie Lasordo and Charlotte Schallenthaler, I'm Jen Scanlon with the Rebel Report.
Mirage Slater and Michael Mulligan took a look at a story that's been generating controversy in Walpole for years.
We got rid of the Confederate flag, but is it also time to get rid of the Rebel name?
Back in the 60s, Walpole High School incorporated the word rebel with the school's sports teams. The name came to symbolize Walpole's independent spirit. Today, some associate with the Confederate flag and racism, and they're calling for a change.
The rebel name isn't racist because it didn't bother anybody in the 1970s, so why should it bother anyone now?
I think that just a name doesn't take away racism. Racism is obviously it's in our culture.
The community that I, at my age, grew up with, there was a lot of good come of it. It brought the community together. And I think if we stay focused on the positive message and the positive things, the family, the community that was developed around that name, we can continue with that name, keep that name, and make it even stronger.
Someone we interviewed who did not want to be on camera said that the students should decide whether we should keep the rebel name or not.